new restrictions imposed on communist Cuba are aimed at preventing the island's government, and in particular the military, which controls large segments of the Cuban economy, from benefiting from American tourism and trade. From an upscale shopping mall to marinas and tour companies, the US has blacklisted 180 military-owned entities. Most affected are dozens of tourist hotels where American visitors can no longer stay. This includes Kempinski, the island's only five-star hotel. The port and special development zone at Mariel is another military-controlled enterprise, and US companies will not be allowed to invest there. The announcement came as US President Donald Trump was visiting communist China, inspecting its troops and discussing business before moving on to communist Vietnam. To former President Barack Obama's policy of engagement with Cuba, many here now wonder whether the Cold War is over for everyone except them.
This is the old speech. So let's sanction Cuba, let's impose new measures on Cuba to provoke changes in Cuba. Has it happened in the past? Never, ever. So it hasn't worked. It doesn't work. It won't work.
These latest sanctions may do little to force the Cuban government to change course, but a growing number of private small business owners fear that they're the ones who will suffer. Celia Mendoza has her own Havana-based travel agency.
The last 4 months, we've had almost no income because our main clients are from the United States. And if they're not coming, I have to let go of most of my personnel.
Julia De La Rosa owns a bed and breakfast business.
I mean, we are very small. So if I have problems, I will have to fire some of my 15 workers.
US businesses are also starting to lose interest. Earlier this month, just 13 American companies took stands at the annual Havana International Trade Fair, down by almost 2/3 compared to last year. Yet the Chinese, Russians and Europeans were all there in big numbers. Michael Voss, CGTN, Havana.